it's different. Ain't had no pain or loss like this in a long time. And then back to back, like I lost my grandmother probably 2 weeks before this, then my partner. And it's just like, whoa, what's next? Like,
Nana is my brother's daughter who lost her life last year.
As a black therapist, right, I come into the space like, yeah, I get it, you can't quit. If there's nothing that I can say but I validate you, because I've been there and I know how it feels, and that shit sucks.
That's deep. I need that. I'm glad you held space for me to share that.
Welcome to another edition of Pain and the Purpose Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Pain and the Purpose Podcast. I'm the host, Darrin Bedford, and today I'm sitting with a good friend of mine. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it through this podcast without laughing, but it's a serious topic, right? Today, we're going to discuss losing loved ones as part of the street life and the after effects, and we're going to touch on a few different topics around that. Like, because when someone gets murdered in the streets, especially in East Oakland, it's someone that you grew up with for over 40 years, it has a different type of effect on you. No matter how that person was, it's still a loved one. So, with that being said, what's up, Los?
what's up with the fella, man?
So, we just recently lost a good fella, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good fella to some, villain the most.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Leroy Zell. Manny motherfucking Fresh.
So, when it first happened, I called you, and like I said, initially the thought process around it was one way, right? Then the very next day, I get a call, and then I call you, and I'm like, oh, he died an honorable man. But without the details of what's going on, like being that you was closer to him than I was, or not just him, because we've lost several people to the streets. Yes, he just the most recent one. What is the after effect of that? This episode is sponsored by Choice Catering. Chef Doja, he amazing. I always go to him for my garlic noodles and crab. He better than any restaurant in the Bay Area, I promise you. My wife loved the salmon and garlic rice. He even throw in shrimp when you do the garlic crab. He throw in some extra shrimp for you. But that being said, if you're interested, go to Choice Catering. The number is 510-424-2120. Choice Catering, the real garlic noodles of the Bay. With that being said, let's get back to the episode. Love you. Peace.
Really, we still going through it. It's still early.
Fresh.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we just see like what's on the surface. You know what I mean? So when somebody passes, it's like you start thinking about immediate mama, this, that, immediate family, children, girl, kid, you know, whatever it is, you start thinking about immediate. But then you don't, a lot of times people don't consider friends. And like I made them bands. Now I hate that I don't got it on right now. But remember I made them bands. Real friends become family.
Yeah.
And knowing that dude since I was like fucking 11, 12 years old. My whole adulthood. Before we had kids, before anything, before some people went right or went left. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of connection. When you're in the streets with motherfuckers, you in the streets probably 320 days around each other out the year.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you literally around these people every fucking day.
For hours.
Hours.
For good.
Lose track of time. Yeah, you lose track of time. This is who you anticipate seeing when you go outside. You don't anticipate seeing your family members every day because you got family members who probably stay on this side of town, that side of town, this area, that area. But your block and your homeboys, that's an everyday thing. That's the connection. That's like putting your shoes on. It's an everyday connection. Like that's a really a part of your life. That's your extended family. Easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
Extended family. And I mean, it's different. Ain't had no pain or loss like this in a long time. And then back to back, like I lost my grandmother probably 2 weeks before this, then my partner. And it's just like, whoa, what's next? Like, I ain't never, felt like I had to hang on so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like I'm walking. It feel like it's like something moving and I'm hanging on just to keep going. You know what I mean? Like it's I get dressed some days and everything, and it's like I'm just moving.
Just going through the motions.
Yeah, just doing my day to day. Like it's just.
And that's why I make it a point to tap in with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like we've been dealing with Granny for a moment.
Yeah.
And so once we got the diagnosis that she was declining, I started tapping in with you regularly. Yeah. And just seeing, and then, you know, your family started doing weird stuff. Yeah. And I because I went through it so many times, I'm like, look out for this. Yeah. Watch this. And so hopefully that was like a preview, and it like patted you a little bit against it. So when it happened, you like, yeah, I had heads up.
It was like having the blueprint already.
Yeah.
Or the cheat code. Like, be ready for you seeing what's on the surface, but be ready for what's coming next.
Yeah.
Be ready for X, Y, and Z. And some stuff you can't get ready for. Like, it's a whole lot going on still. And teach his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I move a lot different. I'm a different type of motherfucker. So with certain people in certain situations, like, somebody do something to me, I ain't one of them. I don't want to argue. I don't want to do none of that. Go back and forth. I want to fight. I'm speaking in the dollar. I want to fight. Win, lose, or draw.
And so when you lose people, especially that close, you get angry.
Yes.
And because your nickname is a chocolate teddy bear.
Yes.
Not the chocolate grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy.
So me knowing and then me still processing my pain, I'm like, I got a first-hand view of the anger that can be brewing, and we not little people.
Yeah.
So it'd be my attempt to try to keep you level, just like you did for me. Like, it's been many days you be like, nah, we not doing that.
Hey, but before I say that, what I listen. I let you go through it, all the motions. All right, cool. Yeah, I ain't. Yeah, I don't think we signing up for that though. Like,
and so it's just only right that I return the favor.
Yeah.
Because it's not. You can't get away from the feelings. You can't get away from the natural emotions of death. Yes, sir. Right, and so it's a natural progression of emotions, and when it don't make sense, it makes it that much more frustrating.
Yeah.
And then even when it do make sense and you got people doing stuff, you like, why are you doing that?
And you know, for me, my biggest thing in life that I done learned, I just expect everybody to be human. I just expect people to be human. And meaning, I expect people to make mistakes. I expect some people to fuck up. I expect some people to be right. Everybody just human. But as we all being human, it's some people I don't need in my life either. It's some people I need close. It's some people that can be astray. That can be way over there. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to talk to you because we've been tapped in for years.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been tapped in. It's not we have a real friendship, a genuine friendship. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you too sometimes, like, yeah, sometimes I don't even want to answer the phone when you call. Just try. Sometimes I don't want to be positive, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
I know you're a positive impact on a nigga life. Like you my positive partner. Not saying like, oh, DB a sucker, he too positive. No. My positive partner, you gonna keep us on the straight and narrow. And I say us meaning you looking out for me, you, and the squad.
Yeah.
The whole team of us. Because if one of us go astray,
we all going astray.
you get what I'm saying? The train that follows, it don't make no sense. So it got to be something it ain't gonna be nothing. We all right.
It's not gonna be nothing. Yeah. So my philosophy I adopted after one of Nana's escapades, and we outside at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah. I said from that night forward, my goal is to keep us all safe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that has been the mission, especially because I'm one of the oldest, right? I'm one of the oldest, and I'm looked at a little differently because I got the good job, because I just live life a little different. Yeah. Right? I'm still tapped in, but I just live life a little different. So, and I travel a lot, so I see a lot of different things. So I'm like, this is how we should be doing it. And then remember back in 2022 when I was going back and forth to Atlanta, remember I was paying for the coaching. Remember I went to the coaching, and I'm like, ooh, I found out. Like I got some of the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I shared that sauce, and I'm like, come on, like this is what we should be on. Like it's people, it's 6 men. Well, actually in Atlanta it's 4 men. They call themselves the Circle of Greatness, and they out there doing it. So I'm like, wow, we can't do a Circle of Greatness in the Bay Area, right? And I'm connected to the right men that we the unusual suspects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We the guys that you wouldn't expect to be thinking like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so despite whatever we did in our 20s, like me, next year I'll be 50. Yeah. So I'll always be thinking about the squad and how we can push forward and be able to continue to take care of our kids. Me, I got grandkids, right? And I think I'm the only one with 7 grandkids. So that's why I come with the positivity and let's not do this. But even when I think I want to go left, I call one of y'all and y'all be like, sound good, but nah, I'm not doing that.
We'll be like, yeah, it's probably time for your nap, blood. You got work. You got to be heading to work soon.
So, losing somebody that close, right? Like you said, that you grew up with and that you got adapted to seeing. Like, what type of impact does that have on you now, knowing that you would never see him again? And how, or not how, why?
It made me really put into perspective, like timeline, like years together. And it made me really just really like sit back and think about friendship. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have friends and sometimes you and your friends ain't on the best accord. It can be whatever the fuck it is sometimes. But me and none of my niggas always see eye to eye. But we always there. Like, we don't argue, we don't disrespect each other. You know what I'm saying? Some days we might need a breather though. We ain't gonna talk for a day or two. Then we're gonna see each other and gonna be like, oh man, fuck you, yeah, whatever. And we're gonna keep it lit. But man, to think about, like, it really took me down a timeline of first meeting, kids, just everything. It just started putting things into perspective and thinking about we on the time. We really on the time limit. Like we got a checkout date. We got a checkout time.
We got a checkout date.
Like, and it really fucked me up to that extent because it was something that we take for granted because we're just used to seeing each other every day. Never really be like, blood, we need to take a picture. Blood, let's do the. Like I had to go through other people's pages and old ass pictures just to find a picture because
I'm big on pictures.
And I'm not. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Growing up, I thought I was gonna be a criminal. And I used to watch a lot of America's Most Wanted. And they used to be grabbing niggas from tattoos and scars and pictures. And, you know, growing up, the niggas didn't take pictures. It just wasn't, it was almost against the law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody pull a camera out. It's like, hey, what you doing with that? Like, hold up, wait, let me get out this motherfucker. Hold up, you niggas about to take a picture? I don't even remember I even got a camera on my phone when I got my 5-year-old with me.
And so I would encourage you to start taking more pictures simply because that's all we got left. Yeah. And that's all we leave our loved ones, right? And so it also made me call my girls and talk to them about the importance of walking away. You know what I'm saying? And even though in his situation, his child was trying to get away. But the steps before that, like it was a lot of stuff that happened, not that day. I'm talking about the initial, you know what I'm saying? So, because like a month prior to that, my child had gotten to it with a neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it automatically triggered like that, like God bless the dead Tasha. Whenever she seen me, she used to be like, it could be any little thing, DB. And then she was killed in a motorcycle accident, right? So it could be any little thing that we allow to transform into a big thing or grow. So I had a talk with my child about the importance of identifying a problem before it become a problem and then walking away from it. And it heightened my it heightened my senses. So now I'm back on my I'm not engaging with that because everything can go to that.
Yeah, it can go from sugar to shit.
Sugar to shit fast.
Man, a matter of seconds. And one of my biggest things, I used to always tell my sisters when they was younger, and my BM or chicks I used to deal with, I used to always be like, you should never be arguing with a man in case you're about to whoop his ass. If you ain't about to whoop his ass, walk away. Just period. Now, if you about to turn around Clarissa Shields this nigga and knock him out and beat him the fuck up, have at it. But if you about to turn around because somebody made an advance or disrespected you or did X, Y, and Z, and then you turn around and you want to have a full-blown argument and then call somebody, what the fuck is all that about?
Yeah, so because there's so many instances where that brings me to a time that it was in the news that a lady was in Cal Berkeley and she called somebody to come do something, and when they pulled up and started shooting, they killed her. So you called somebody to do something and you ended up being a victim. Yeah. And you know, we got a signature story between us.
Yeah.
Your sister came to one of my shops about a t-shirt. Got upset because I wasn't moving fast enough and said, I'm about to call my brother. I'm about to call Los. Call him. So it can go so many ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So women out there, if you can avoid the situation with anybody, but especially a male, let it go. It's not gonna go the way that you think it's gonna go all the time. I tell my kids this too. You're not gonna win every battle. Every battle you engage in, you're gonna have to take an L on some point.
Yeah.
Let's minimize us leaving us. And I say this a lot. If we killing us and they killing us, pretty soon it ain't gonna be no more us. Because as a man, we're providers and protectors. So when a female in our family call us, we're obligated, or we feel obligated to go. Yeah. And we not going to say hi.
Not coming to shake a hand.
We don't even really care why we ended up here. But to the fellas, maybe we should. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should start investigating a little bit before we just pop up. And I only say that because a lot of times it don't even be worth it. Right? So whatever the situation is, when you have to bury somebody, it can all be, this wasn't worth it. Or, like my brother tell me, because when I do be going off, and you know, since you close to me, you get the full story, right? And I be hot, and my brother just look at me and say, okay, now, 10 years from now, when you walk in the yard, will it be worth it?
Shit.
Right?
You got a 10 in you?
I don't got a 10 months in me. But I'm just saying though, but that's his reality check. He like, okay, I get it. That's all right, cool, bet. Yeah. Cool beans. That's how you feel? All right, cool. I listened to you. I heard you out. Now, this is an outcome. This is an outcome. This is an outcome. We're going to start with the 10 years from now. Walk in the yard and some OG asks you why you in here, and you got to tell them this story. Would this be worth it?
It's for every action is a reaction.
Every action brings a consequence.
Yeah.
And we also know that you can always choose your action. You never get to choose the consequence.
No.
The consequences gonna come however it comes. Yeah. So the best way to avoid the consequence is to prevent the action.
Agreed. And it's like, you know, you get a phone call, it's a time sensitive thing too though. You get what I'm saying? If somebody call you, especially if it's somebody you love, somebody you care about, no matter if it's man or woman, it's time sensitive on how they're delivering the message, the height of the call. You get what I'm saying? Where they at? So a lot of things go into it, but it's like we have to, because shit gonna still get taken out of proportion and get addressed the wrong way. But in a lot of senses, motherfuckers need to know some things need to be talked about more, like how people talk to their kids about encountering police or races and things like that. More people should talk to their kids about walking away. Yeah. Being able to walk away, the strength of walking away, because it's so much shit that happens every day that's avoidable. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But I ain't no punk, I ain't no sucker, I ain't no this, I ain't no that. And you don't gotta be none of that shit.
Yeah. Call me whatever, just call me tomorrow.
Yeah, I was about to say, but you can be all of that shit if somebody else telling the story.
Oh yeah, most
Somebody else telling a story about you now because you're no longer here. You can be everything that they said, every picture they ever painted about you.
And like Eddie Murphy, or was that Richard Pryor in Harlem Nights, when he say that's what we're gonna put on your tombstone. Oh. He died, but he wasn't no punk.
That's what Richard Pryor told Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. And so we got real life situations, real life stories.
Yeah.
Right? And this podcast is to highlight and to raise awareness and to let people know that you're not the only one hurting, right? If something happens to you, you're gonna leave a ton of people that you don't even probably even consider when you're doing things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So let's start considering everybody involved, and let's consider that your ego and your pride get you in some situations that you don't even really want to be in.
Yep.
I've never talked to somebody in jail and they proud of what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like so the initial conversation when I talk to somebody, once they get through, because you got to call me a couple times for me to even answer. But once you get through and you the hypeness of it wears off, right? And I'm like, but was it worth it? Or how does that make you feel? They never say, oh man, I'd do it again. Woo woo. They always say, man, I could have did something different. Or it wasn't even worth it. You got to be a pretty tough gangster. You know what I mean? To just say, yeah, I'd do that again.
I don't care. Like, and then, one of my biggest things I tell motherfuckers who be in and out of jail or when they come home from jail is just remember the promises you made to God. You'll be all right.
Hell yeah,
Because a lot of motherfuckers, they get in there and they praying, they going to church to get out their cell, they doing everything to get out that cell and all this shit. And then they come home and they forgot all about that. But if you remember the promises you made to God while you was in there, oh, please, Lord, just get me out of here. Oh, man, I promise I ain't going to do this and that, and I'm going to do this different. And if you bring her back, man, and that you pray for anything in jail. You pray for some motherfucking clean socks in that motherfucker. Pray for all the types of shit in jail, man.
Now that we discussed a few different aspects of losing a loved one in the streets, how does it feel firsthand to lose your superhero?
Um, my grandmother, she was if I can put it to like a movie perspective, it's like that last Batman when they would put try to put the beam in the sky to alert him and he ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Like we still need you, but he just ain't coming. He ain't responding. So for me, it's like to lose her when you say unprepared or ill prepared, like you can be ready for it or think you're ready. Like, oh yeah, well we know this is happening. This is the state that's going on. This, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. And you trying to mentally take the steps. But my grandmother told me one thing about 5 years ago. She said, "You sitting here, you and my cousin was going through some shit at the time." And she was like, "Oh, well, your auntie just constantly worried about him. She just constantly worried about him." And I'm like, "Well, y'all worried about him. What's up?" Like, she said, "Well, She worried about if he died because he running the streets, if this happened, that happened. What she need to do and you need to do yourself, y'all need to be worried about how y'all gonna be when that person passes away. Because that person gonna pass away. But you need to worry about how you gonna be once it happens. And I always took that into perspective because I never heard that.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, like, did she say funny? Or is she telling me, you know what I'm saying, tighten up? But she's like, tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up.
You know, tighten up. Be ready for things that you have no control over. So to lose her was just like a pause on life. It's like everything's in slow motion. It's like her birthday was yesterday, November 20th. And when I woke up, before I even went to sleep, I just knew like, oh man, I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna be in the house. Man, it seemed like everybody had something for me to do. My daughter had a potluck at her school. I had to go to the school all day. From the school, I had to go here, go do that. But it helped me to keep my mind off of being in that spot, in that bad place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was running. A couple times throughout the day, I broke down or just shedded some tears. But you know, it's an empty space. It's an empty space. It's a space that will never be replaced. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to fill the Grand Canyon up with marbles or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's but what I've been trying to do is remember her smile. You know, and the biggest thing was like I didn't want to be a pallbearer. I just didn't. Just didn't. And it wasn't out of disrespect. It was out of pain.
Yeah.
You know, I carried my grandfather, family members, friends, aunties. I've literally had to carry so many, and this is the first time where I felt like I need somebody to hold me up because I can't do this. And it was taken out of perspective by family members, which is cool because I'm not one to here to explain myself to nobody. Because right, wrong, and different. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. It's fuck me, it's fuck you. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your blood type is. I, and that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just
I think that's what we got in common. So I also stay tapping in with you randomly, especially like in the middle of the night, right? Because I know that the middle of the night thoughts will drive you to not inflict pain on yourself, but it's easy for us to inflict pain on others. Because I can remember when my grandmother passed, I went on a kamikaze mission. Like, I made a promise to her to never attempt to take my own life again, but I was just getting into it with a bunch of people, hoping that they did the job for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and those thoughts crept back in when Nana was taken, because the anger and the frustration. So when somebody close to me lose what I considered a superhero, I always, lean in. Yeah. And I come to locations that I normally wouldn't come to.
Can't leave that out.
Yeah, I come to locations that I normally wouldn't come to. just so my people know that I'm with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can get out of here.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
And for us, like, we'd be a little bit everywhere. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? But man, we got stories for days. But I would say, man, like, it's meaningful. I said earlier, sometimes when I don't be wanting to answer the phone, it's not that.
You just don't be wanting this positivity.
And because, like you said, sometimes I'm ready to do some other shit.
Yeah, I know.
You feel what I'm saying? So when the call coming through, it's like, let me finish first. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm thinking about majesty. I'm thinking about your children.
Yeah.
Even your adult children that don't even know the impact that they gonna feel if you're not there. If they can't call you for the foolishness. Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think about everybody, kids. When I'm calling them, I'm thinking about, I don't really care about the BMs or the adults. Our children need us, right? Yes. So when we be doing stuff, even when we'll be 100% correct, right? Because some situations we will be justified in doing stuff. Yeah. But like we said earlier, we can choose our actions. We can never control the consequences, and our consequences will drastically change the trajectory of our children's lives. And so, since Majesty is the smallest one, yeah, I think about her more than anything when I'm talking to you. Just like I think about my other partner's son when I'm talking to him, and he going off and he talking some wild, and I'm like, all right, cool, but we're not doing that today. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Because your son got a basketball game. Get there. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think everybody do it for everybody in the most opportune time. Because we all men and we all grew up in the streets and we all got these urges and we all capable of doing everything that everybody else is doing. But the question I always come back to is, why?
A lot of times we don't know the answer.
We never know the answer.
Yeah. And being in the streets, like, we need to be able to piggyback off each other. We need people that we can call, people that can stop. Because, see, a lot of people don't understand, like, when my grandmother just passed, like, that was the one person who could say my name and I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, she can make me stop. Like, she can make me put my hand in front of the bullet and grab that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll make me be like, oh, my bad. Like, yeah, you lucky she came. She gone now.
Yeah, but it should be Majesty now.
Yeah. But I say that to say, all those motherfuckers who, I don't want to say all those. If I don't keep myself in check at this particular point in time in my life, I'm a wreck. Period. I'm a wreck. I got one tattoo, and that's this tattoo right here. And it's just of a king, of a chess piece, of a king. And I got this tattoo just so at times when I'm fucking up and something going on in my life, I look at this and I remember how I'm supposed to uphold myself at all times. What my thought process is supposed to be. Like, I tell motherfuckers straight up, I'm a player to the end of the time. But it has nothing to do with women. Yeah. It's my thought process, how I get down, how I move, how I maneuver, how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So if I ain't on some player shit, for me, I'm on some sucker shit.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, so I be having to put myself in check a whole lot. And just remember to, sometimes it ain't even worth looking back. Put my blinders on, go about my day, just stay out my way.
Well,
because I'm staying out of everybody.
I about to say, I think it's better because humans gonna be humans.
Yeah.
And so I adopted the philosophy, I'm not gonna even be where you can even get in my way.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So you don't gotta stay out my way because we are nowhere in the same location.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's hard to catch me outside, right? That's why when you see me, it's a doo-doo, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Because
hey, I get the phone call like outside.
Because
We've had incidents.
perfect person, right?
Yeah.
You call me for some shirts, some literal t-shirts. I'm dropping off some t-shirts to you at your location. And someone walk in between us and pick up a bundle of Coke.
Man.
And we're just standing there talking. And where this Coke was located, it has no business being there. But if the police would have pulled up.
Hold on. But not just somebody picked it up. A dopey female picked it up. White lady. Remember she was white?
Yeah.
Like she came out of nowhere. It came in between us, like sitting like right here, came in between us like, oh.
Like this can't be y'all's.
Think who is boy?
I jumped in my car so fast and got up out of there. And I don't even think I got the money from you that day. I think you cashed that for me or Zelled it to me.
The funniest part is, it just takes me back to when you went to jail back in the day, fucking with my cousin Nate.
Yeah.
That was what?
90. That was 96. That was
96.
actually 94. That was 94. And that's just me driving down the street. And you know what? My brother, maybe 2 years ago, just said that story has to be true. I'm driving down the street.
2 years ago.
Just 2 years ago. That happened in 94.
But we've been knowing each other that long.
And I just shake Nate's hand and end up player 2. And end up in jail. Fought the case, got convicted.
I was in Tay House. Down there by 92nd on D, and we see you get pulled over. Like, damn. Walk down the street, Nate in the paddy wagon. Like, yeah, let's get these little Phillies and get back to where we going. Because we was down there smoking. But I remember when you went to jail that day.
And I'm like, I have nothing to do with what's going on over here. And I put this on Nana. 2 years ago, me and my brother walking. You know, we do our Sunday walk. And he look at me say, you've told that story consistently since 94. I am inclined to believe that that's the true story. I'm like, bro, that day, I had nothing to do with nothing. I was on my way to go to grandma's house to put up a bed frame.
You start pulling up, shaking niggas' hands.
I don't shake nobody's hands. like
I don't got nothing.
I don't got nothing. I just shook his hand.
This shit gotta be magic if you find something.
So it is the history between us, right? That keep us connected, and the fact that we have a genuine friendship.
Yes.
It's not really based on nobody performing.
No.
It's not really based on nobody performing. Have we done some street shit together? Yes. But it is our friendship has been genuine from the beginning. Even before we did business together. And I showed up to the boat party with you and everybody's like, how y'all together? Because that's my dog. And I didn't ride with nobody from my neighborhood that night.
Remember I met up with y'all in Vegas that year.
Yeah.
1 year.
And so it's
you,
like,
Boo, and Jimmy.
It's like genuine friendships are hard to come by. So I hold on to them tight.
Yes, indeed.
Right? And it's not to say that neither one of us never did nothing to irritate the other person. We just always work through them.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
It's like whatever.
See him a couple days. But I think the main takeaway for this episode is love on your people, women. Stop calling men when you find yourself in a sticky situation. Before, use better discernment, right? Yeah. Y'all say y'all have women intuition. Use that shit. Stay out of these sticky situations that can lead in losing your loved one, because sometimes one day you're going to call your brother, your father, your son to a situation where they're not going to be able to escape from or walk away from. So stop calling people. It is not advantageous to you to be getting into these type of situations in 2025. If you're out there and you've lost your superhero, the only advice I can got for you is take it one day at a time, because that shit hurt. And remember the good days, right? Our superheroes have provided they became our superheroes for a reason, because they provided an extreme amount of love, support. Even when the world turned their back on us, they were still in our corner. So now we're missing that aspect and that element. So now we're looking for a new person to stand in that place, and I don't think we'll ever find it.
I tell you something. Before my grandmother had passed, like 3, maybe 4 months ago, let's say 4 months, I was trying to find a therapist. So before, when I went to therapy, my thing was I didn't want nobody black. I didn't want a black woman. I didn't want a black man. I didn't want nobody who can relate to anything that had to do with us. Because at that time, I just want some shit to get off my chest. And I didn't want motherfuckers talking about it at their family reunion. I didn't want nobody black. So that was about 6-7 years ago. So 4 months ago, when I went and I'm looking for another therapist, there's like, so what you looking for? I said, I need an old black lady. And there's like, what? Like, damn, hell of a description. And I said, I miss my grandmother. I need my grandmother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was looking for somebody to replace her. And it didn't happen, which was a good thing, because she's irreplaceable.
She's irreplaceable.
You know what I'm saying? So I can get a fill in from time to time. I can get somebody to sit and talk, but I know her spirit, her laugh, it'll never even, nobody ever come close. But nobody's standard is set that high either. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's it's now like all my grandparents are gone. But that's the hierarchy of a nigga life. You get what I'm saying? No, they're supposed to be gone. You know what I'm saying? Because they watching over us. And eventually, like, we gonna turn into the elders and all that type of shit. And one day it's gonna be our time. I just hope whatever happens, I was able to leave a everlasting impact on this motherfucker. Like, I ain't the best dude,
but you're a good dude.
Exactly.
And so, to piggyback off that, I lost my grandmother in 97, and I still remember her laugh, her giggle. I still remember I just made a post maybe 2 weeks ago, just dedicated to my grandmother, right? Yeah. And so it was like maybe a 10-minute video. So I say that to say that you'll never forget her, right? Yeah. The things that she taught you, the things that she said, the very distinct things about her, you will always remember, right? And so take comfort in knowing that you will never forget your granny, right? And it's not really a replacement. Every now and again, God will send somebody to remind you that a senior female's love is not only necessary, but you deserve it.
Yeah. So
I have someone I call Auntie Mommy. She 84 or 83, 84. My auntie that when I say I'm going to Vegas and I stay and I post that I'm in the casita, like when we just went to Vegas, she took us to some museum and just left us. She like, I know y'all gonna need this. I'm gonna pay for it. And she just, but whenever I need that elderly wisdom, yeah, I got it. So eventually you're gonna meet an old lady, right? And is she not gonna be tied to you the way you think she tied to you, but she gonna be able to pour into you when at that opportune time.
Tell you the funniest thing just happened to me. But if I don't know numbers, I really don't answer them. Just period.
Yeah.
If I don't know a number, I don't answer it a lot of times, and then I like look and see if we had any text messages or something. You know what I'm saying? So the other day, I didn't open the shop, the barber shop. I don't open the shop or whatever. And I get a call like 10 something in the morning. Probably didn't check the voicemail till like 6 that evening. Because I'm just like, damn, somebody really left a message. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the lady was on there. She said, hey, Carlos, you might not remember me, but you used to bring me your report card when you used to walk home from school before you took it to your grandmother. She said, I used to stay next door to Emad. So I can't wait to talk to this lady. Cause like, it just, like you said, just brought somebody
at the most opportune time.
You get what I'm saying? And it just meant a lot just to get that phone call. Like, and it's a trip because 2 deaths within 2 weeks or whatever, right? My phone rung just as much for my grandmother as it did for my partner. And that's saying a lot. When people found out she was gone, a lot of people poured out, you know, knowing our relationship, X, Y, and Z from social media and all that shit, phone calls, texts, whatever. And then when this happened, with my partner, you know, this shit on the news, this shit is, and it was just like, first it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then when you sit back and think about it, you're like, damn, some motherfuckers out there really love a nigga. Or at least think about a person. You know what I'm saying? And it really made me.
You a good dude.
I appreciate it. You are too.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Like, we try.
We do the best we can.
You know what I'm saying? This stress free shit. This ain't just no shirt, man. This ain't no shirt, man. Like,
and so that's a testament to the man you've become. Right? Despite whatever we did growing up, however, we always carried ourselves with a different level of respect. And so for the seniors to be reaching out to you means that, because seniors don't reach out to everybody.
Man, you gotta be special.
I guarantee you the seniors ain't reaching out to Nate.
Seniors will write your ass. Old people will write you off quick.
So that's a testament to the character of you.
Yeah.
And so for that lady to remember you, of all the grandkids, of all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I got Wooty Whoop here, and I want them they haircut, but I ain't nobody doing it but you. I guess she done found out I'm cutting hair. I say, all right. All right.
Got to find a different location, but
yes, indeed.
But yeah. So, with that being said, I think this was a good episode because we could talk. I don't want it to be like Face. Me and Face conversation was 1 hour and 45 minutes. Like, nah. So with that being said, this has been a lovely edition of the Pain and the Purpose podcast with the one and only Los. We're gonna do it again, and until next time, peace.